Alright, so this is my CZ P09. I picked this up probably, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe. I was looking for another home defense pistol and something full size and 9mm that this basically won. I was looking at the 226, the Glock 17, and I really wanted to try a CZ. And I wanted something polymer. I wanted something with the decocker and a hammer. So the 17, I've always kind of wanted one, but I just pushed it aside for now. So this thing won over the 226 because this thing was a steal at $450, and the capacity was this thing's 19+1. It came with 2 magazines, and it does have the decocker in it. You could also put a manual safety on it. I like the decockers. And I wanted something that I could have double strike capable, and this was it. And I am not disappointed. This thing has been awesome. I mean, flawless so far. I don't have too many rounds through it. I think I have just over 500, but the thing is so accurate. It makes me just a better shooter. It's comfortable. It is on the bigger side. It's pretty thick. When you're looking at the top of the slide, back here, but so is the 226, and I love the forward side serrations. The finish on it's really nice too. The trigger it's been good. The double action is a little gritty still, but it's going away. The single action's nice. It's got a little bit of creep and take up, and that's it. I'll show it to you guys in a little bit, but I just want to clear this out first. And so I run 135 grain critical duties in it right now, just for a little bit of the barriers. But it is 19+1, and the magazines are real nice too. They're really well made. I think the only other people that make these are Mech Gear, but it is a really, really good magazine, and it doesn't really stick out too far. It gives that little curve, it just finishes that curve out. And you do also have the lanyard loop right here. It does have 3 interchangeable back straps. I got the small one on right now because my mitts aren't too big, but it does fit great in the hands. And here is the decocker. So you can have it all the way back, and then if you want to watch the trigger, this is where the decocker puts it. So it actually does move the trigger back a little further. Like, it'll take up here, and then you'll get a little bit more if it's on that cock. But it's clean, comes with a really nice well, I can't see it really, but the feed ramp's nice and polished. Once I break it down, you'll see it. And so here is the full-on double action, and then most of you will have it here. It's got a little creep. There's really not much of a wall. It's basically the same pressure throughout, and then you get a little bit of creep, and the brake's pretty nice. A little more. Can't complain. And then here's the reset. So it's not bad. And all the way out. So trigger's good. Everyone says it gets better, and I'll probably, hopefully, once I get a little bit of free time. I just had a kid, so that's taking up most of it. I'll get out, and I'm just gonna sit around at the range with 1,000 rounds of 9 and just work the hell out of this gun. But it is really accurate. It has been flawless. The sights on it, they're not night sights. They are 3 dots, but you can charge them, and they glow like hell. I mean, they are the brightest sights I've ever seen. If I hold See if I can do it real fast here. You just hold a light for a little tiny bit. I mean, yeah, you can see them glowing right now, and I don't even know the light's off. But yeah, those things are awesome. They just glow like hell, and they are the brightest things I've seen. So I don't know. I deal with them for now. I'll probably put night sights on it later. Since this is a bedside, I have a TLR4 on it with the light and the laser. Ooh, can't see it there. But you can have just the laser, just the light, or you can have both. I have this thing set up at 7 yards, and the thing just dead on. This thing's been holding zero great, and it pairs really nice. And if guys out there, if they're worried about putting the 45 cans from Silencer Co. or something on this with the extended barrel, this will actually clear that big can because it's behind the muzzle. You could probably find a couple more that are behind the muzzle, but I know some are stick out a little bit. Guys get worried about that. But let's see what else. Breaking down, typical CZ. You got the two notches. Bring the notches together, and you got to push this slide stop down, which is this little button back here. See if I can get it. Nope. Alright, there we go. It'll pop out just a little bit. And you take it down. This thing's nice too. Everything finishes really clean on it. For $450, man, this thing is awesome. Just a steal. You can get the Cajun Gunworks. I think they have the yellow springs on them, and you can get all sorts of stuff for this thing. You can spend money really fast with this gun. It doesn't have all the accessories like a Glock does, but it's getting there. And the workings. I mean, look at that finish. I mean, it's just so clean in there. There's nothing wrong with this, with the finish on this. This was made in 2014. This is one of the first models after the Duty that came out, and just a great gun. I fell in love with this thing, and definitely making me want to buy an SP01 just so I can have a full metal gun, because I right now do not have one anymore. I've been buying and selling like crazy lately, but this one will be in the collection for a while. I mean, it's just getting a little tiny bit of wear up here. The crown's not bad. It's small, but it'll work. And I don't know about the rifling. It's got nice rifling. The barrel's really nice, well made. And yeah, so far it's just been awesome. It does have obviously the accessory rail that I should have gone over, and you can just put really whatever you want on it. I just decided to go with this. I don't know if this thing, I have to move my hand a little bit to drop a mag, but it's not bad. I don't know if they make extended magazine releases or not for this yet. But the one thing I do also like is the big trigger guard. The housing is nice and big, so I could wear gloves, or it's just seems to be built really well. The gripping and the stifling, it's okay. It's a little slippery for me just up here. I don't know if I want to do and up here, if I want to do Talon tape or just staple it myself. But for now, I'm just gonna play with it till 1,000 rounds, and I'll start messing with it. And there's the Decocker Spring. That was kind of a pain in the ass to do. I mean, it took 5 minutes, but it was pretty frustrating. I'll tell you that much. And this does ride inside. It has a low bore axis. The slide does ride inside of the frame, and can see, the plastic is, I mean, there are plastic rails, but these metal ones right here are really what's going to be keeping it in. And they're 4-point access. But hopefully I'll get a range video soon if I can get out of the house. And putting the thing together is pretty easy. Although you do want to go inside the slide on here. And lining up the hole is a little difficult sometimes. But I usually literally just, I don't align the notches when I put it back together. And I just pop it in. Seems to be great. And yeah, that's basically it. You know. Oh yeah, the last thing. When I'm holding this thing, I do like the side, the stipling on it. It goes on my finger and on my thumb, so you get really good grip on this thing. And it's just kind of nice to have that extra bit because I staple all my guns right here anyway. I usually don't do it here, but you know, it's just a reminder, and make sure I have my thumb or my hand or my finger where I want it to be. But if you guys are looking for a full-size 20-round 9mm that is just awesome and fairly priced, I've seen these go for as little as $400, you know, $425. Don't hesitate to pick this thing up. And you know, I'll probably end up getting a P07 also because they are just that awesome. And the next review will probably be this guy. So I'm putting it through its paces right now, and it's been pretty good so far. But we'll get on that later. All right, guys, thanks.